Welcome to episode 438. Dan Gilbert, the $400 billion mortgage king. This is an outline of episode 438. There are 3 reasons we study Dan Gilbert. First, he's the mortgage king. He has given out $400 billion of mortgage. Second, he's fighting to save Detroit and urban plight. Third, he's trying to woo Millenium and High Tech to Detroit. At age 56, he has a great chance. Let us meet Dan Gilbert.
I'd say a real entrepreneur isn't really chasing money. He or she likes to build. I always framed it up that there's 4 major areas that need to be addressed in the greater Detroit, really the city of Detroit, the entire city. Blight, jobs, education, and crime. And this is my view. I don't think the other 3, meaning crime, jobs, and education, can be fully addressed until the cancer of blight is removed, and it's got to be removed in whole. Just about 6-8 weeks ago, we issued the 380-page, very, very detailed plan of how to eradicate blight. We estimate, and it's more than an estimate, a pretty detailed evaluation, that it's going to be about $800 million.
Dan Gilbert was born in Detroit, United States in 1962 to Jewish parents.
My father was in the military for a long time, but then opened literally a bar in Detroit, a saloon. And he did that for many years. So he was kind of a small businessman. My grandfather, my mother's father, had a car wash or 2. So, I kind of, I grew up in that kind of a little bit of a small business environment and always had kind of, we call it the golden gut, but it's an interesting story. When I was in 6th grade, I actually had I started a pizzeria out of my mother's kitchen. And I actually we were 12 years old or something.
In 1983, at the age of 21, he graduated from Michigan State University. In 1985, he started his company, Quicken. In 1987, he earned a law degree from Wayne State University. Before the age of 30, Dan Gilbert already earned 2 degrees and was already a multimillionaire. Dan Gilbert's most famous legacy will be saving Detroit. Detroit is the world's symbol of urban decay.
Detroit's decline was more than 50 years in the making. The decline of the auto industry, race riots, a mass exodus, corruption, bad management, and bad luck. The end result, $18.5 billion of debt that Detroit can't pay.
It looks like it has lost a war. It could be Dresden after the Allied bombing. Factories, stores, schools left to rot. Houses gutted by fire. Streets abandoned, derelict, populated by crime. Some 80,000 buildings abandoned.
After buying buildings, there was pretty much look left and look right. There's nobody else bidding. But now, there's actually a building not too long ago that was auctioned off on a website. Pretty substantial building here. And we were watching the auction, and we kept outbidding another party, but they outbid us, and we lost. And so at first we were, wow, I can't believe we lost. But then we were sort of high-fiving because we found out it was a Chinese business or company, and they outbid us. And that's good news, because now you have others not only in Detroit, but internationally coming in who are...
In 2005, he paid $375 million for the NBA team Cleveland Cavaliers. In 2016, he won the NBA champion with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's a picture of Dan Gilbert with LeBron James, the most famous basketball player, now suing DOJ and HUD. In 2015, his company, Quicken Loans, gave out rocket mortgage. The government, or FHA, thinks he's inflating the appraisal. How to woo Millenium to Detroit.
And build towards helping to solve the needs of Detroit, which, as you've, I'm sure, heard over the course of today, are substantial needs. So it's a brilliant opportunity for millennials to feel impactful.
Certainly millennials can be a little idealistic, and perhaps they do want to come here and they want to save Detroit, but you also have to make it appealing because you have to make it affordable.
Yes.
Because LA and New York simply are so cool and not affordable.
Yes.
How are you doing that?
Yeah, so, First of all, I would say Detroit, we think of Detroit as one city, right? I know you said it was the tale of two cities. To us, it's one city, and without the downtown as the heartbeat of the city and really attracting the jobs, you know, the neighborhoods can't thrive. And without the neighborhoods, the downtown can't thrive.
How to woo high tech to Detroit.
2015. And at that time, your pitch for Detroit was come to Detroit and be a big fish in a little pond. Has that changed? Have you evolved that at all?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that Detroit has evolved so much in the last, just 3-4 years, but even in the last year and a half, we're officially out of office space and out of residential units in downtown Detroit. So the only way we grow right now, and that when I say we, not just our family of companies, but whether you're General Motors or any of the other companies downtown, we're gonna have to go vertical. And so right now our big push is to literally put shovels in the dirt and build structures.
When was the last time there was a vertical office building built in Detroit?
So, well, the building that used to be the CompuWare building that we purchased now, that's One Campus Martius, where I think I might have met you the first time, was 2003, but there's literally been three, I figured this out the other day, there's 3 new office buildings built in downtown Detroit since the mid-'80s, 3.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave your comments and questions below. My next video will be Dan Gilbert, 10 Lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.